Good day, everyone. We are Group 1 and we'll be discussing the Chapter 10 group assignment. Here is our report overview. Here is our documentation of meeting for number 1. So number 1, discuss with your group your views on distribution channels and supply chain logistics. Are the two related? So based on our meeting and our discussions, we have concluded that yes, they are related. It is very important because the product is in one place while the consumption is scattered in many places. So there is a big gap between producers and the consumers. So through channels of distribution can only fill the gap. A channel of distribution connects a link between the producers and the consumers, and additionally, marketers have long recognized the importance of managing distribution channel partners. Supply chain management helps increase the efficiency of logistics service by minimizing inventory and moving goods efficiently from producers to the ultimate users. For the definition of each, distribution channels are the path products take from their initial manufacturing stage to selling them to consumers. The main goal of these channels is to make goods available to final consumers and sales outlets as soon as possible. Distribution channels directly impact a company's sales, so you want to make them as efficient as possible. So for supply chain logistics, they coordinate the storage and shipping of goods and services across the supply chain. The practice begins with raw materials and continues on to manufacturing and or distribution and ends where the business delivers finished goods to the consumer or when products are returned to their final destination. A key difference between logistics and distribution is that logistics relates to the overall planning and organization around the movement, storage, and inventory control of goods, whereas distribution is more related to the actual physical placement of the goods. Logistics and distribution are critical components of the efficient day-to-day operations of delivering goods from one location to another. Both of these components generally relate to warehousing, stock control, monitoring of the flow of goods before the movement. In a nutshell, a supply chain is a system to which an organization acquires raw material, produces products, and delivers the products and services to its customers. On their way from producers to end users and consumers, products pass through a series of marketing entities known as a distribution channel. So question number 2, what is push strategy and distribution channel? A push strategy, also called as a push promotional strategy, refers to a strategy in which a firm attempts to take its products to consumers, to push them onto consumers. In a push marketing strategy, the main goal is to use various active marketing techniques. One of the main objectives of push marketing is to reduce as small as possible the amount of time that elapses between the customer seeing a product and making a purchase decision to buy the product. Push marketing strategies are commonly used to gain and increase product exposure. Push marketing relies mainly upon traditional avenues of advertising or marketing, such as a series of television ads or a series of direct mail pieces. Again, a primary goal is simply making as many consumers as possible aware of the product and its benefits. Push refers to the fact that the company that sells the product is continually pushing it into the potential customer's purview, their field of vision, so to speak. Although virtually every company seeks to establish and nurture relationships with its customers or clients, push marketing is more concerned with gaining an immediate sale than fostering relationships that create brand loyalty. Establishing a brand identity and building a loyal customer base falls more under the heading of pull marketing. Therefore, it is quite commonplace to see company utilizing both push marketing and pull marketing to create a more complete, overarching marketing strategy with maximum effectiveness in terms of expanding the company's market share and increasing revenues and profitability. So some examples of push marketing are trade show promotions, direct selling to customers in showrooms, negotiating with retailers to stock product, maintaining an efficient supply chain, appealing looking packaging, point of sale displays, radio ads, and TV ads.
For the third question, we are asked to give examples of companies that have been involved in forward integration and backward integration. Before we get to the examples, backward and forward integrations are two mixing strategies which most companies adapt to achieve competitive advantages in the market and to achieve control over the value chain of the industry under which they are operating. These strategies are one of the major concerns while developing future plans for an organization. Together, these two strategies are known as vertical integration. In summary, backward integration involves buying part of the supply chain that occurs prior to the company's manufacturing process, while forward integration involves buying part of the process that occurs after the company's manufacturing process. Examples of companies with backward integration. So, first we have Netflix, which started their own production and shows, Continental, which acquired Vayance Technologies in 2015, Amazon, which started Amazon Publishing, Acer, which acquired stake in a venture of Texas Instruments, Carnegie Steel Company, which constructed its own blast furnaces. Next are the examples of companies with forward integration. We have Nike, which introduced direct to consumer sales since 2011, the Walt Disney Company, which introduced Disney Plus, Apple, which had launched their own retail stores, McDonald's, which acquired Dynamic Yield to improve their digital customer experience, and Amazon, which introduced Amazon Prime in 2005. For the fourth question, we were asked to outline all the possible distribution channels of our proposed innovative product and analyze the pros and cons of using the channel. Before we answer the question, ANIHAN is a culinary business that offers healthy food products such as the vegan burger, vegetarian burger, and vegan fries. I would also like to explain briefly our supply chain. So for ANIHAN supply chain management, we will make use of the supplier producer customer flow. The supply chain flow starts with the supplier and passes through the producer and ends with the customers. We will source our ingredients from various local markets, farms, and grocery stores, in which we will bring back or we will be delivered to our manufacturing area. We will then start processing or cooking these ingredients into our finished products. The finished products will then be delivered to the end users, which are the customers. So our business will be using a direct distribution channel, specifically direct online selling. Due to the COVID-19 situation, this type of distribution channel is most appropriate for our innovative product. So a direct channel of distribution involves a direct-to-consumer approach where the manufacturer controls all aspects of distribution. Basically, it is a business model where people sell products directly to the end consumer. Through direct selling, distributors earn income by selling exclusive products to end consumers, either in person or online. For direct online selling, in a way, this method subsumes the others because with the power of the internet, you can directly market to many consumers without opening or operating in a physical store. It is simply advertising online, either via your own website, via Google Ads, or via social media ads. For our business, customers will then place a direct order and message to us through our social media sites or pages. Once the finished product is ready, we can then opt to deliver the food products to them via third-party delivery service providers like Lalamove and Maxim or via our own vehicles. Direct selling is pretty much the shortest channel of distribution and it is also the simplest. Direct selling makes it easy to move goods to the customer pretty quickly to ensure their satisfaction. It is advantageous because it allows our business to eliminate middlemen and their markups so that our goods arrive at the consumer's doorsteps at much cheaper prices. It also allows the business to contact consumers directly and build their trust in our brand. More advantages will be discussed in the next slide. So here we have our advantages. Numerous benefits exist by using a direct channel of distribution to get your product to the consumer. So for the first advantage, we have no intermediaries. Since there are no intermediaries, you get to enjoy higher profit margins on your products. Next is the personal contact with customers. From the name itself, direct distribution, the seller has direct contact with the customers. One of the benefits of having direct contact with customers is that you can learn about their needs and create business opportunities that can meet their expectations or needs and provide products or services to them as per their requirements. Additionally, it is one of the most effective methods to get direct feedback from the customers. As you have mentioned, under the direct distribution channel, we will be using direct online selling. With that, there will be no expense of store maintenance. That is because we will not set up and maintain a physical store. If you use a web based or online channel, you're able to connect to consumers across different areas, which is also another advantage. Additionally, you also get to keep your overhead low. Next advantage is that operating online involves less staff costs. That is because an online store usually depends on significantly fewer employees. If you choose to do direct marketing on the internet, then you're able to provide your customers with a convenient solution that's available 24 hours. This is something that customers will highly appreciate. To conclude with a direct distribution channel, many customers will appreciate the opportunity to deal directly with the manufacturers of a product. This also gives them the satisfaction and opportunity to be more familiar with our brand, which builds their loyalty. For the disadvantages, we have here the costs of running a site. The whole planning and maintaining an e-shop site is not easy, but you can see increased sales volume over some time. Next is the basic sales structure cost. Even if you're not incurring costs of premise expenses, you have to think about the costs of getting storage space, stock goods, dealing with sales, returns, and staff costs. Next is fraud issues. Online retail market growth has attained the attention of different criminal elements. A business's reputation can be badly damaged if one does not incur proper costs for security, for website protection, and transaction costs. Next is legal problems. Some knowledge on selling online and the law might prove to be challenging, and you will need to know about these problems and properly handle these problems along with proper client rights that are related to online sales. Lastly, we have the client trust. So, with an online business, it is challenging to build a proper brand name, especially if there is no physical business wherein there is face to face interaction between customers and sales staff. That is why it is important to consider setting up a good customer service system as part of your online offering. That would be all for our report. Thank you for listening.